I'm good. Been on a long road trip from Miami. Probably took us, we just take our time and check out new skate parks along the way, but we hit up, Georgia, that we stopped and visited her mom in North Carolina, checked out some parks there, made it to Indianapolis, Rhode Island, and now we're here. Haven't been home in 10 months.
First off, I just want to let you know I'm very proud of all the lifestyle changes you made and how much of a better person you became over the years.
Well, thank you for that, but something had to give here. Luckily, I met Danny here, gave me the ultimate ultimatum, her push bar. And I said, shit, I really like vodka, but I'm definitely going to pick the first option. And thanks to that, I've been skating every single day now because, alcohol cured my boredom, and now skateboarding does again, which I never thought that my passion would be back to skateboarding again, because at one point I felt like such a 10-trick pony. I had a bag of 10 tricks, then I would, even less than that at one point, but now I'm learning new tricks again, which is great.
Any chance of doing reality TV again with Danny, or do you think that is inclusive in your life and might have caused problems in pretty big situations?
Yeah, I think right now I just like I like the privacy of being 45. When I had cameras on me all the time, it was fun, but had to have 40 people show up at your house every morning from 9 till filming from 9 in the morning till 10 at night, it kind of got overwhelming, and I don't know if I want that again.
What is it like being part of the new Tony Hawk games once again?
It's really weird how that happened, because I haven't talked to Hawk in like over a year, and I had a day off in Los Angeles, and I asked my wife, I was like, you know what, should I call him Tony Hawk and see what he's up to? She's like, yeah, go ahead. So I did. He said he's skating the vert ramp and to swing by, so I did. Now, with my style of skating, I never really skate vert ramps, but we ollied over each other that day, and he was like, what the hell? I was not expecting that. So he made a phone call to Activision and said, we're putting Bam back in the game. And they're like, the deadline already happened. He's like, I don't care. You're putting him back in the game.
Last time we talked, you were having trouble with your legs, like preventing you from skateboarding. Have you healed up, and can you still do the tricks you used to do?
Yeah, actually, like I said probably then, in 2013, the doctor said my legs were like dry rotted rubber bands from alcohol abuse. So now, my wife's a stretch coach. We stretch an hour a day, and that's really all it takes. My legs feel like they're 100% again. So yeah, I'm skating my ass off.
Now, I know you're done with Jackass, but would you ever get back together with Viva la Bam and CKY guys and do your own movie?
It wouldn't be like that. I mean, those movies have run its course, and we did that, and to do it again when everybody, I mean, things change. Ray Kyan is a fucking chemist and a scientist. Rab himself is filming for Naked and Afraid, and to go back to what we already did, it just wouldn't feel right.
I read you're making a documentary, Lost Boys Never Die. Is that true?
Well, that's what the 69 Eyes, the band from Finland, they did a song called Lost Boys. I directed it 20 years ago. They're having a remake, making of the video, and then also it was in such low quality on YouTube that Joe Franz downloaded a real high-res version of it to re-release, so people don't have to look at this, pixelated, grainy video that we shot on film, which you never needed to watch it that way.
Do you ever think you might write and direct another film?
As long as the budget's there. Straight up.
I've seen some wild interaction with you and fans. How wild is it when someone wants you to smack them in the face or get them with a boxing glove?
It's very normal for somebody to get smacked in the face, get hit with a boxing glove, or kicked in the nuts, anything like that. But when I wrote a song called I Want to Bend My Dick Around the Back of My Ass and Fuck Myself, I wrote it as a joke, not really ever trying to do that. Well, some guy in one of these Comic-Con lines proved me wrong, because he's like, I got something to show you. I'm like, what is he? He's like, it entails me jumping up onto the table. I'm like, do what you gotta do. Jumps up on the table, rips down his drawers, puts his dick into the back of his ass. I'm like, It's possible. You just showed me.
If you were on death row, what would your final meal be and why?
It would just be one of those 500-degree plates from Ruth Chris Steakhouse with a fucking really rare steak with some mashed potatoes and asparagus. Why? Just because it's all about the plate. You know, you can still cook it on the plate. It's just such a cool idea. And I think only Ruth Chris does that.
What's your annoying habit?
Babe, what's my annoying habit?
When you want to pick the calluses off your feet.
There you go.
And I have you ready for a pedicure and get some hair from it.
Do you ever get used to being a celebrity?
I mean, I was signing autographs when I was 12, so it's always been that way, and I would prefer it to be this way than not. I mean, the only time I really get frustrated when somebody comes up and wants a photo and an autograph and to talk to their buddy on the phone is at the skate park, because if I do it to one kid, then they all come up at once, which means that I can't even break a sweat skateboarding, and if I say no, then I'm a dickhead. So I'm in a no-win situation when I'm in a crowded skate park. Other than that, I don't care.
How do you handle the attention and pressure that comes with being a celebrity?
I mean, it's been that way my whole life, so I don't know any different.
Is there a different you when you're at home among friends and family than when you are out in public at these cons and stuff like that?
Yes. I mean, I would walk into restaurants and they'd be like, Bam, it's really great to have you here, but you're not going to have an elephant in here or you're not going to be lighting anything on fire, right? I'm like, no. We only do that shit when we have permission, it's on film, and we're ready to rock. I don't do anything if it's not on film. Not even an important skate trick. I will not do any skate trick whatsoever if it's not film. Otherwise, it just doesn't count. I mean, think about it. What if I tray flipped the love fountain and then I told everybody, you did? Let's see the footage. No, I never filmed it. I just did it. Well, then, if you don't have the footage, you didn't do it. So I film everything. And then when I'm not filming, I'm just normal.
What was your first major purchase?
The red Ferrari, right around the Tony Hawk first game. And with that money, I went out and bought a $160,000 red Ferrari Medina.
What is your biggest fear besides snakes?
My biggest fear, besides snakes, just the thought of my son not being safe.
When can we ever hear new music from you?
I'm working on it now with a band called Amor Adlanam from Puerto Rico. They're really fucking good. It's like him, but more heavy and more goth. And we have 2 songs we already released, and we have 3 to 4 that are gonna come out soon.
All right, thank you so much for being on my show again. It's a nice interview.
You too.